Hey guys, Wet Movie One back here again for yet another video for you guys today. And in this one, I'm going to be talking to you about some of my favorite horror movies, or Halloween-ish kind of movies I like to watch during the Halloween season. It is October right now, so it's time to watch some good old horror flicks. But some of the movies that I picked in this list are not like your typical, not a lot of them are not like your typical ones that you would see. But some of the movies you're not going to see on my list right now is like movies like Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween. You know what I mean? Because these ones are just, all-time classics and things. And, like the Child's Play. You're not going to see any of the Chucky's or Child's Play ones on my list right now. Only because, these ones have been talked about ad nauseum. But let's get to my list of what horror movies I'm planning to watch in the month of October. But before I get to my list of horror/creepy movies I like to watch during the Halloween season, let me know down below in the comments what are some of your favorites that you guys like to watch, like stuff like maybe like Hocus Pocus or whatever horror movies you guys like watching during this time in the comments down below. But let's get started. I picked up a little stack. I went through like my collection and stuff and just picked out a little stack of movies that I'm hoping to try to watch this October and during the Halloween season. First up right here is a movie that I talk about every once in a while in like my live shows and different things like that when people ask me, Brendan, what is one of your favorite like horror/thriller films? And I gotta say this one right here, starring Kevin Bacon, Stir of Echoes. This movie spawned a sequel that, just kind of went direct to like DVD, I believe, and it was not as good as this one. But it's about this guy, played by Kevin Bacon, who, I believe, moves into a house and, starts seeing things as soon as he gets hypnotized by, a friend of his. And he starts seeing this apparition of this girl, and he's trying to solve the mystery of what happened to this girl. And did this girl die? And if she did she die in his house? And he starts going mentally crazy and stuff. This movie just like mentally messed with me when I first saw it back in the day in the movie theater. And there's little scenes and like flashbacks and weird dream sequences that take place in a movie theater as he looks like he's sitting in a movie theater. And it's panning to somebody that's sitting in front of him. It's there's some creepy imagery and creepy shit that goes on in this movie. And this is definitely a movie I like to watch during the Halloween season. Stir of Echoes. The sequel, not so much. Not so much. But this next one right here is one of my favorite Wes Craven movies. Next, of course, Nightmare on Elm Street and things like that. But this is one, oh man, the slipcover's kind of jacked a little bit. It is what it is. But it's one of those ones, some people talk about, some people don't. But I always really, really like it. The atmosphere is great. And that is People Under the Stairs. This is a highly underrated Wes Craven movie, in my opinion. I'm glad it got a Scream Factory release right here on Blu-ray a couple years ago. It has a little bit of slipcover damage, because it's been in my collection for a while. It's kind of messed up on top right there. Whatever, but I got the slipcover, and it has the reversible art and stuff. And it's just about these this little kid who wants to break into this person's house and see what he can find. And what he finds is something crazy about these people that live there. And they kind of lock down the house, and he's trying to get out of the house. His name is Fool. This little kid. His name's Fool, and this movie's nuts. It stars Vin Rhames as well, and there's people that live underneath the stairs of this house, as the title says. It's just really creepy. The people that play the owners of the house are absolutely insane in this movie. If you guys have never seen People Under the Stairs, highly recommend watching this film right here. If you guys like good horror movies right there, I dig them. This one right here, it's kind of like a three-pack of films that I really like. And I feel bad saying this. I know there's people in the horror horror movie world that's gonna be like, Brendan, what the hell's wrong with you? For what I'm about to say. Do you know how people usually say nothing beats the original? Well, to me, these movies right here I enjoy more than the original film. These are sequels to a horror movie classic that came out back in the day that was made by Alfred Hitchcock. And that is the Psycho sequels right here. I absolutely love these movies. You get Anthony Perkins reprising his role, as Norman Bates, in these movies. Part 4 is, of course, a made-for-TV movie. I have it signed by the director, Mick Garris. I sadly never got to meet, Anthony Perkins at all. But these are just perfect sequels to an original classic movie. And I find myself watching these ones a lot more than I do the original Psycho. And it's just Norman Bates coming back as the character. Like in the second one, he's been let out of jail from what he's been doing in the first film, and he goes back to the hotel and opens it up again. And it's just like he gets back to his antics in these ones. These are just fun, super fun sequels. I've always really liked. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are on the Psycho sequels. I like these ones more than the original. Does that make me a horror poser? I don't know. I mean, I don't hate the original Psycho. I like it, but I tend to watch those ones a lot more, in my opinion. And the next one up right here is a movie that came out in the early 2000s. Was it early 2002? And this movie creeped me the hell out. When it came out, and it made me not want to watch anything on VHS when I saw it, especially like blank tape VHS. And that is The Ring. The one that, of course, is based on, I believe, a Japanese film called Ringu that has like a little series that they've made. I think it's Japan. And this is the American remake of the movie. And man, of course, it's about these people. If you watch this certain tape, you have 7 days until you die. And, little things creepy things start happening to you if you watch a certain VHS tape. And when it gets that 7 days, you're gonna die. And it's really kind of cool. I didn't really care that much about the sequel. I mean, I have it. I have a sequel in my collection on on DVD, Ring 2, Ring 2. And like this one right here kind of sucks, but it's called Rings. Came out years ago. I don't really recommend that one, but I have it because I'm just like a weird completionist. But the original American remake of The Ring completely freaked me the hell out. Back in the day, I got that lenticular slipcover, and of course that scene when this little girl, I believe her name is Samara or something like that, comes out of the fucking television and starts crawling towards the person. Woo! Back then, creeped me out, man. I even met this actress that played the little girl a long time ago, like a Fangoria Weekend of Horror show or something. It was cool. But The Ring, definitely on my to-watch list during the Halloween season. And here's a movie not a lot of people talk about, and I always kind of like it. It's not like super nuts or anything like that. I think it only spawned one sequel, so there's this one in part 2, and it's a movie starring Corbin Burnson, and it's from the creators of Reanimator, and there's a movie called The Dentist. I used to see when I came across this movie and the second one. I don't have the second one on DVD. I gotta find it somehow. I really want to get it to have it in my collection. But when I saw these movies when I was a kid on VHS in the video stores, back in the day, I was just like, whoa! I haven't watched these ones in years, this one in years, but I just remember this one creeping me out because I don't like doctors in general, you know what I mean? As you can tell, my teeth are fucked up anyway, but like, I don't like doctors in general. It just kind of like, freaks me out a little bit. But The Dentist, yeah, it is what it is. A guy that likes perfection and wants things to be absolutely perfect, but he's also a little bit insane. Like I said, I haven't watched this one in years, but it's definitely on my to-watch list this month. The Dentist. Have you guys seen that one and or the sequel to The Dentist? Let me know down below. But here is another title that I don't know if you would really consider it horror. It's more of like a family movie, but definitely a movie I like watching during this season. And it's a movie I always liked, and that is Casper. The one starring Bill Pullman, Christina Ricci, and stuff like that. This one's just a super fun movie. You're not going to see Hocus Pocus on my list this year. I mean, I love it, don't get me wrong. I saw part 2, Hocus Pocus 2, the other day on Disney+. It was okay. It wasn't horrible or anything. But Casper, a definite must during this season right here. Perfect atmosphere, fun, fun characters, of course. When it comes to the three extra ghosts that you get in here, Stretch, Fatso, and Stinky. I love this movie, man. Christina Ricci is great in this one. Bill Pullman is as well. But let me know, do you guys like the movie Casper or any of these movies I'm talking about so far? But next up on my list is a 4-pack of films. I like all of them. They all kind of, have their own unique factor to them, and they're ones I grew up on, during the VHS days. Well, especially the first 3, not the 4th one really. But that is the Sleepaway Camp. The Sleepaway Camp movies. Of course, I got the Scream Factory releases of the first 3, and Return to Sleepaway Camp, which has this really cringy character in it that's annoying as shit, but I like it. And of course, you get the return of Felissa Rose as Angela in this one. But I gotta say, some of my favorite ones have to be the 2nd and 3rd one in the series. There's a lot more goofy and fun kills, and it's just more campy than the first one. The first one's cool, and it stars my homegirl Felissa Rose. But these ones are just a lot of fun to watch. Especially during this time, or actually any time of the year. If you guys love horror movies, these are just all-time classics. And I have a feeling sometime soon we're gonna get these movies, especially the first 3, on 4K from Scream Factory soon, with what they're doing, releasing all their movies on 4K now. But if you guys have never seen these ones, these are just camp slasher flicks and stuff. But if you guys like them, let me know in the comments, because I fucking love the Sleepaway Camp movies, and I even still have them on VHS still. I have the 2nd one over here as well, but I still have my VHS ones I bought, back in the video store days. Kept those ones for sure. But the next one up right here, I still, I might get hate for this one as well, because how I talked about liking the Psycho sequels more than the original. I like this one just a smidgen more than the original film, and this is the remake of Night of the Living Dead. I love the original film. I have multiple versions of it, the original George Romero classic, but I really like what Tom Savini did. This is Tom Savini directed this one. The same guy did the makeup effects and stuff like that of Dawn of the Dead, all these different horror movies, and this was, I think, his very first big Hollywood movie. I know he made one that kind of went nowhere first, but this one right here, I love it, man. You get Tony Todd in there, and you gotta shoot them in the head, make sure they're dead. But this is, of course, the remake that came out back in 1990. And when this DVD came out, I was all stoked and stuff, because this one right here was the first one I saw back in the day, before I even saw the original Night of the Living Dead, and it still holds up to me, the original and this one. And yeah, if you guys have seen this one, let me know what you guys' thoughts are. I even have it on, of course, Blu-ray and things like that when it comes to that one. And I have 2 more movies here to talk about that I like watching during the Halloween season. One I'm not going to talk about that much, because I talk about it all the time when people ask me this stuff in live shows. I always love watching Brainscan, of course, starring my boy Edward Furlong. Got this one autographed by him. I also have a mini poster signed by him as well. Great movie about this kid that loves playing video games. It takes place in the 90s, so the games come on these little floppy disks and shit. And he sees this ad, for this new special crazy video game, and he orders it. It comes in, he puts it in his computer, and it's like a virtual reality kind of thing, and murders are happening, and he doesn't know what the hell's going on, and then he wakes up out of the video game, and he finds out on the news that someone around the corner from his house died, and or got killed, and he's just like, whoa, what the fuck? It wasn't supposed to be real, kind of shit. It's a dope ass movie. If you guys have never seen it, highly recommend it. Brainscan, that's also put out by Scream Factory as well. But right here, the last one on my list of movies I want to watch this Halloween season is like a childhood classic of mine. I've talked about a couple times throughout the years, and like I said, these ones are in no particular order and things. But that is Little Monsters. I just love the atmosphere. I love Fred Savage, Howie Mandel in this movie. It's just an all-time classic. You can watch it with your family, your kids, if you have kids. You can watch it with pretty much anybody, and just the whole vibe even the music of this movie is solid. You know, I catch myself listening to the soundtrack that's on YouTube sometimes as I'm going to bed. You know, it's kind of like a chill soundtrack that it has. Great colors, great characters. Always loved this movie and always will. You know, since the VHS days when I first saw it. And pretty much anything with Fred Savage, like Wonder Years, and you know, anything that he was in, like, you know, The Wizard. I always have like like a soft spot in my heart for those. You know what I mean? Like nostalgic as hell for those. But let me know what you guys thought about my Halloween picks for this year. I know, like I said, you're not gonna see like Scream or Halloween or, like, you know, some of like the big ones, like you see like Child's Play and things like that in my list. I try to change it up just a little bit this year. But I do love those movies, don't get me wrong. I have like autographed posters and things like that of them. But let me know down below, what are you going to be watching this October during this Halloween season? Or what have you been watching? Let me know down below. Please give this video a thumbs up. And stay scared. Ta-ta.